Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I have to watch my phone because apparently we're already going to look at getting another kitten, which we had talked about before, but I didn't know we were going to be actually looking at that today. So I got a little bit of mixed emotions about that. Our two cats now, Mittens, he's like 14, and Sully, who is getting on to almost a year now. They're both really good cats, and Sully likes Mittens. Mittens does not like Sully, and throwing in a whole new kitten into the mix, God, who knows what that's going to do. But, we'll see, I guess. So, yeah, we might be getting another one today. I don't know. But anyway, so I got to watch my phone. All right, so I figured out the issue with the string being a capital S. It's now a small s. And really all I had to do to fix that one is if I come to mapping builder is down here, as I would say, to display string. Okay, that's what I was doing in rocks, more or less. And then that works just fine. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to try to mess with it anything more than that. So, okay. So I think at this point, what is this again? This is 20. So if I go here, I say commit or stash, and I say 20, finalize work on issue. I think that's pretty much it. So if I remember right, this is relax type of quality appy match. Yeah, so this is 1.3. So what do I currently have this at? 1.2. So this is something I've been thinking about is while I'm doing work, and again, I'm the only one doing anything in my projects. Nobody else helps me. So, what's a realistic name for the version based on what I'm working on? It's going to be 1.3, and I don't want to make this 0 mean something. But do I want to have like an extra number somewhere after the dash, release candidate 1, blah, blah, I don't know. I mean, it's really 1.3 at this point. And we're just going to say dash release candidate 1. Then we're going to come up here, say that, git, commit. I don't know why the tabbing doesn't always work. Updated props. Okay, that. And I will eventually publish this, but not right now because I got those other two that will eventually happen at some point. Well, that's the thing too, is I'm wondering, I have this one is going to be done. I'm mapping name and relaxing type equality. Like, do I push those to its own milestones? Because I have no idea when I'm going to get to any of these. Like, there's a customizations flag. What is that? What is that? Yeah, this is this whole idea of by providing an action to say, here's your source and here's your destination. So, like, give a pre-customization, which says, how do I actually want to create the destination? That's up to you. Do I do a post-destination customization? And I give an action in there. So what would happen is if you say pre, it gives you the func of whatever the destination type is, and then you create it. That's completely up to you. You return the reference to whatever the destination is. And then it will do the mapping code, and then it gives you a post customization to say, hey, if I want to do something that's outside of the simplistic rules that I've made, do this. I'm kind of thinking, now that I think more about this, is just the way that I work these days is to keep pushing these out to their own. So actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a 1.3, okay? And then that's going to stay that. We're going to make this a, well, 1.4.0, create and assign a new milestone. Okay. And then this is also going to be a 1.4. And then we're going to say this is a 1.4. And every time I do a new feature, I'm just going to move it, you know. And if I go to my issues and then I go to milestones, 1.2 should be done. That should be closed. Yeah, okay. Because unless I do all these in one shot, this doesn't make a lot of sense. So, okay, this did get pushed, right? Did say push. I think I said push. Okay. Now, one other thing I did not do is let's do release, because we're pretty confident at this point. Let's do see if there's any updates that we want to care about. Well, there are. Why not? Why not? Why not? That's what I say. Update all the things. Yes, I accept. And there. Okay. Now, let's run all these and see what we get. Because if that's good, then I'm going to push the 1.3 package up and just with that new feature. So maybe this is why nobody helps me, because I don't have a really good, well-defined process on how I do stuff. And, you know, that's it's probably not helping. Okay, so I'm actually going to go over my list here while things are being processed on and get rid of some of the stuff on my little to-do list here. And let's go to Task Explorer and see how that's churning about. And hopefully Task Explorer finally gets off its butt and actually runs tests. Not that I'm bitter or anything. You know, it's only taking, what, 20 seconds for the Task Explorer to actually run. I mean, who would figure, you know? So just take your sweet time. Go right ahead. I mean, I'm in no rush here. No rush at all. I don't know why that takes forever. Hold on. I got to take a call here. Hold on. Okay, now I'm all discombobulated. I don't know where I left off because my wife was talking. They potentially found another cat. Okay, so I think I made this one 3, and I think if I come over here and I say, let me see the folder path, then if I come in here and I do bin and I do release and I say, yep, there's a 1.3. So I should be able to push those. Okay. And yeah, I think I'll just keep it that way. That would be so much easier. Of course, the one thing I want to do quick though is see if they've fixed this. So I want to go, no, that's not what I meant. Oh my God. Manage branches. Okay, so we want to check this out. Okay, I thought I pushed everything. Commuter stash. Oh, updated to release and updated package references. Okay, that's good to know. So I'll push that. Okay, we'll come over here, say check out. And I should be now able to say merge that in the main. Yeah, that was one thing that, yep, merge that into main. Okay. Now it should be a main. And I should be able to, if you go back to main, like you should. Okay. Push. There. All right, so I think we can say with all due confidence that this one is now closed. Okay. And we're going to come here and we're going to say delete that delete that. Yes. And we're back to main. Alrighty. All right. So we're good. Okay, so that's off the list. That's off the list, and that is done. I could push the package up as well, but I will do that off camera, and I will do that later. Now the next thing I want to work on, the next trick up my sleeve, is to start working on this new package that just basically is a shuffling of existing analyzers that I have in other packages and putting them into this one. It's called Transpire, because if you are surprised by this, if you actually go to NuGet, if I say nuget.org and I say Transpire, there's no packages with Transpire. And let me make sure that I'm spelling that right, because wouldn't that look like an idiot? Transpire. Okay, that is right. Come to be known, to be revealed. I'm revealing it through analyzers. I don't know. It just says a name I came up with. Naming is hard, but I thought, hey, cool, I'm going to call it Transpire. Okay, so, and I've got another call. Hold on just 1 second. This episode is just going to be a mess because I'm constantly getting interrupted. This is why you don't get interrupted when you're working on stuff. But I wanted to record today, and I got to take these calls. So, you know what happens. All right, am I recording? I did hit record again. Yes, I am. Yay. Okay. All right, so this one's going to be called Transpire. And the first thing I want to do is say File, New, Project. And I'm going to say Analyzer. This probably should be Analyzer 3, I bet, with CodeFix. Because I don't like the template. Yeah, see, it's Analyzer 3. And I'm not, oh my God. Why? See, this is a 472. Why does it have to be 472? It does not need to be. I think it only needs to be .NET Standard 2 at this point. I'm pretty sure. So we make this template and we cry because we don't like the way it's being made. Oh my God. And I'm getting bugged again. Okay, so I'm going to have to pause again because I got to do something again, and I'm getting a little annoyed right now, but hold on. So we just made this project and I'll come back. Okay, I don't know what, where, how, and why, but reasons, okay? So, what the heck was I going to talk about? We have made this project, okay? And it's interesting because the code fixes are, like, they've moved that out into a different project. That's .NET Standard 2.0. That's .NET Standard 2.0. Exactly what I thought. The package project, because you're putting everything in a package. Well, guess what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be putting everything in the, yeah, I know. It's like analyzers and code fixes are putting all that in the same package. Why don't you just put that in one project file? And there's a test project in V6, which I'm going to be, yeah, it's like, why do you do this? Anyway, 2019. We're going to make a new project. We're going to make a blank solution. Now, before I do this, God almighty. Now, before I do that, though, I want to come to here, do not pictures, repos, and say make a new folder. We're going to call it Transpire. Okay. And the reason I want to do this is because I want to come into GitHub Desktop, because reasons. I want to create a new repository, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm so discombobulated. We're going to be making a repository. New repository called Transpire. It's going to be there. And we're going to do a git ignore a .NET package containing analyzers, containing Roslyn. In all honesty, well, no, the source generator packages should probably be on themselves. I don't want them to be always like you have to include all of them for every single one. This one is really is intended for analyzing, not generation. Artifacts such as analyzers and refactorings. That works. So if I say create a repository here right now, and I come back over here and I go to repos and I say Transpire, did you do what I thought you should have done? Which is you did. Okay, good. So you did the right thing. Okay, now what I want to do is come to inline mapping, because what I want to do in here is I want to say Transpire is might as well source, new folder, docs, because like an inline mapping, we have source and docs, we have a license, we have a readme, we have a get ignore too. So let's grab those, put that into Transpire. I know I should do like a template or something because I do the same thing all the time. Go back to repos, go to inline mapping. I go to source. I'm eventually going to want the editor config, the props, target, probably, most likely. Transpire, source. Do that. Come back over here, do inline mapping. What do I have in docs? I have a getting started. And yes, we have to copy all the things. But we want to put something in here because I want to say, oh, that's over here. New inline, new to Transpire. So are we. More information will be provided once the project has something in it. Package in it. You can't, I can't type. Package. Okay. There. Okay, we did something there and we did stuff. So that's updated now, which is good. Except now when I come here and I say, where do I want to put this? This is just a blank solution. So if I say I want to put it in actually Transpire, and I say, no, wait a minute. If I come back over here and I say inline mapping, it should actually be in the source, right? Yes. So we want it to be in the source. So we say create. Okay, all this work that's really kind of just whatever. So if I go to source, oh, of course not. Why would you ever do the right thing? Just bink. Yes. Now if I come back over here, it should see that, yes, there's a lot of stuff here that we want to do, which is good. Because of reasons. Okay. All right, let's come back into 2019. And we just want to open it because it doesn't know where the solution file is. No, it's not there. Open a project or solution. Just take your sweet time, okay? You don't rush yourself, okay? Because there's so much going on here. There we go. Okay, so now we have a blank project. Okay, now the one thing I've been thinking about, and I'm probably going to ignore my own advice for now at least, is that if you're building stuff that has to do with the compiler API, is that you should just like have stuff that does the minimal work on all the semantic models and syntax nodes and all that other stuff. And then an analyzer could use what you built there, like to say, hey, did you do this? And it says, okay, now I'm going to create a diagnostic. Probably not going to do that. I'm just going to say, you know what? We're going to create a new project. And all it's going to be is a .NET Standard project. Okay. .NET Standard. No, I don't want refactoring. I don't want any of this stuff. I just want a class library that targets .NET Standard. Transpire. Oh my God, I said 2.0. Jeez, you. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. Yes, delete it permanently. Just because I want to make sure it did the right thing. Holy crap. Okay, now let's come back to our trusty old Analyzer 3 project. And let's see what it has for package dependencies. I don't want the resource. I know it's to make it multilingual and stuff, and that's totally understandable. Just, I don't care. Okay. So we want to do this. And we're going to do a whole video on setting up a project, but yeah. 3.32. Sure. No, why is there a little X deprecated? Oh, well, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate that. That's nice. Okay, so code analysis analyzers. Yes, we want to install that. The Apache license. Huh. Really? I thought all they did was MIT. Good to know. I accept. And come back here. Let's put the other one in. Install. Accept. That's MIT. Because reasons. Okay, now the one that I want to put in right to start off with is called of course you didn't. Name. Find GUID. Find new GUID via constructor analyzer. Okay. Because what I want to do is show how to build an analyzer that's going to look for when you say GUID, when you say new GUID, or if you're in C#9, you just say new because you said on the left side GUID or something like that. But find out when you're invoking the no argument constructor in GUID, because in 99.99999 cases, that is not what you want to do. And maybe there's already an analyzer out there. I don't know. But this is going to be the first one I put into this Transpire package. Okay. And I want to have a code fix to show that you want to change it to GUID.NuGuid, because that's probably what you're intending to do. Okay. So we do that. We're going to say public. I cannot even type public seal class. So now we come back over to Analyzer 3 project, close that, come up here. We say, what's your analyzer? So what we need here is first, we need that. And add all the missing usings. There you go. And then we need to say we need to descend from a diagnostic analyzer because of reasons. Why are you complaining? Yes, I know. Okay. So we're going to do support diagnostics and initialize. Yay. So the supported diagnostics, that is our rule, which says that this is now where I'm going to want a third project up. Well, yeah. So if I come over here in my notes, which again, you can't see. Yeah, some of these are kind of old. What I really want to do is say 2019. And is it in my list here? No, it's not. So we're going to open it and really tax the crap out of my machine because I'm going to have 3 Visual Studios open. But that's okay. We want to open a project or solution. And I should have this here. CSLA source, because I've done a lot of these here. We want analyzers. And this is, they're going to be a little bit older, but there are some things that I stylistically, is that a word? Stylistically, God, I hope I'm recording. Yes, I am. Good. Stylistically want to keep in terms of setup and whatnot. So I also like code fix tests and whatnot. Once I get like the skeleton up, I'm going to close Analyzer 3. But here, like if I say this child operation of that, what I've been doing before is I've actually been saying like create a God, go open inline analyzer. See how you're building diagnostics that way. Oh my God. My machine is going to be dying in a moment. Let's see if I can get through all this with very little pain, which I highly doubt. Oh my God. Okay, come on. Just, yeah, my mouse is like dying. This can't be good. This can't be good. Okay, so if I come to inline mapping and I say diagnostics. So there's all my descriptor context. This is like creating a diagnostic, which gets me a new diagnostic descriptor. So if I come back over here, that's a diagnostic descriptor, and those are the supported diagnostics. Okay, so what I want to do is, yes, okay, I got it. So we'll do this real quick. Transpire, we want to have an add new folder of diagnostics, okay? And then the same thing here, we want to take descriptor context, put that here, okay, except that's going to be Transpire, okay, and it's just going to be usage, okay? That's good, that's fine. Okay, and then what we want is like this, except these are, yeah, it says descriptors. These are actually diagnostics. That namespace has to change, although it's all internal. That's okay, because that's a descriptor from the diagnostic. Okay, that's good. Okay, but we want a here. We want a diagnostic, and the diagnostic we want is calling NuGet diagnostic. Okay, the name is calling NuGet diagnostic. Okay, now if we come back over here, it's a static class, so we're going to say public static class. Okay, we're going to take all this out here because we don't want it, and we're just going to pull these in. And we should say now add missing usings. Okay, except the ID here is going to be true1, tr1. I could say trans1 for Transpire. I could do -1 to give it a little space. Let's do that. Okay. Calling, we'll say creating new GUID via construct, no argument constructor. Okay, and then do not create a new GUID via its, is it its? I think it's that, no argument constructor. Okay. And then we want to do that. What is the help URI builder? We don't have that. And that's one that, even though I've been copying and pasting everywhere, that's kind of specific to, this is going to be Transpire, tree main docs, identifier and title. Yep. So if we come back over here, no. That needs to be Transpire. Okay. And we wanted to say here trans-1 dash title. Yeah, that would work enough. That's fine. Okay. Now the problem is if we come over here, is that the locations come into the reporting of the diagnostic. They're not actually in the diagnostic itself. Okay, so then in this case, we don't want to specify the nodes, right? Right. And then that makes this cry because we're actually making a descriptor. Okay. That's fine. So, okay, I'm wrong. These should be descriptors. This should be descriptor. Did you change it? Yes, you did. Very nicely. Okay. And now, yeah, we just use the ID. Yeah, we're doing it differently than what we're doing here, but now we don't need, what we are returning though is a new descriptor. Okay, so we want to change that to diagnostic descriptor. Okay. And I know that just busted everything, but that's okay. And there we go. And now we don't need the nodes here because we do all that. And then in our, we say support diagnostics, we're going to create that. Except we're not going to do that. We're going to say calling NuGet descriptor descriptor create. Except that's wrong. Descriptors. There we go. And then that takes that away. And that doesn't work anymore. But that's okay because we're going to say down here now, boom, and we supported everything. Yay. And then we come over here and we're going to say, you know what? I'm going to do block body. Do that. Okay, so now what we want to do is not a method declaration. We want to, well, register what? We want to register a context.register symbol action, hardcore symbol action. I know I'm going a little over, but I want to get to a certain point and then I could move on. Excuse me. Can I do an operation action? What would that be like? We'll say, what do I do over here? Analyze constructor invocation. And then we want an operation kind of, well, we want an invocation. Is there a constructor invocation? No. But we can have an invocation here, right? Indicates and Microsoft co-analysis operation, invocation operation. We're going to go down that road. You know why? Because we can. Okay. And then we're going to say here, generate method, analyze constructor invocation. Okay. And then we're going to, I think it's barking at me because it wants me to put the name of this in here. Or not. Why is that? it's an action. Okay. An object reference is required for the oh. Well, of course. There we go. And it's just that simple. And I'm going to stop here. In the next episode, we will do more with building this analyzer. But this is what I'm going to do for now. So, that's perfectly cool. Well, in fact, we're going to do this. Okay. So off camera, just so I have a list of things that I need to keep in mind that I need to do, we're going to push 1.3.0 of inline mapping. And then we're also going to commit first version of Transpire. And then the next one, we will actually get into the meat of actually doing this. So thank you all for watching. I'll say this again. I apologize for this episode being a little scattered with calls coming in and whatnot, but life calls. And we might be getting a new kitty. And it might be horrendous for a family. I have no idea, but that's an adventure, isn't it? Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.